Today we're going to be going over how to begin investing in real estate with no money. A lot of people believe you need a lot of capital to get started in real estate investing, but that's not the case. You can actually do your first deal or do several deals without having to invest any money up front or spend any money on marketing. I'm going to explain exactly how you can do that. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what wholesaling is and how you can get deals without any money spent. We're going to discover exactly what creative financing is and how you can get into deals with $0 down. I'm going to teach you how to leverage partnerships so you can leverage other people and do deals with their expertise and without your money and using their money. And if you have some money, I'm going to tell you about the app that I recommend that helps you get deals quicker, faster, and easier. So let's dive right in. So let me break down one of the myths. The myths that a lot of people have and that is incorrect, I'm about to do Mythbusters, is that you need money to get started investing in real estate. That's not true. I do what's called wholesaling, okay? I don't only wholesale, I use it as one of my extra strategies when I have a property. If I don't want to fix it up, if I don't want to keep it, if I don't want to burr it, I can wholesale it. And that's basically when you have the contract to purchase the property, instead of you closing on it, you have the rights to assign your contract to another investor for a fee. And if you assign that, you get an assignment fee. So for example, if you have a house for $100,000 and you know somebody will buy it from you for $120,000, you can take your contract with that seller for $100,000 and assign it to the other buyer for $120,000. So you have a $20,000 assignment fee and you did not own the property, you just took your rights to purchase it and assigned it. Now, that's what wholesaling is. It's called an assignment fee or an assignment, and you don't have to have any money to do that. You don't have to have any money to find that deal. You don't have to have any money to get that contract. You don't have to spend money, and that's where I'm talking about you do not need money in order to get started in real estate investing. Now, one of the other strategies I'm going to talk to you about is creative financing. If you don't know what creative financing is, it's basically instead of going to get a bank loan from the bank and asking them, hey, can you approve me? Are you going to be able to give me a loan? You go directly to the seller and you say, hey seller, instead of me going to get qualified from that bank, can you finance me? I'll give you some money down. And usually you're able to negotiate how much you're supposed to put down with the seller. I just did a deal for $0 down in Florida where I was able to take over the property's payments and get the house, and I didn't have to bring any money down. And I actually was able to assign this deal and wholesale it to one of my buyers for $5,000 and ownership in the property. So you can definitely get into deals. Now, in being able to find those opportunities is the tricky part, and that's basically what you got to learn. You got to learn to know where to look, but that is what getting into real estate looks like, doing creative financing with no money. Now, another way that I love doing deals is through what's called the painless flipping method. My last name is Payne, so I call it the painless flipping method because it's not very painful. I network with individuals and I find out exactly what they want to buy. And then what I do is I go look for those opportunities. It doesn't cost me any money to have a conversation. I don't have to pay anything or have to have thousands of dollars in money saved up. I have conversations with buyers that have money, and I say, what do you want to buy? Then I go look for those opportunities on the MLS from other wholesalers, through online, through Craigslist. I don't use Craigslist a lot. I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunities that you can go find without having to spend money on marketing like mailers and all that other crap. So I use networking and I leverage other people's money or other people's desired by properties, bring them those properties and I say, what would you pay? I add my fee in there, bada bing, bada boom, it's done. That is the painless flipping method in really short, and you do not need any money to do that. And the cool thing about the method too is you don't necessarily have to wholesale the deal to the person that you're working with. You can just get an invoice, they can write you a check, they can buy you 100 gift cards. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to get paid, but you're basically bringing value to them and it doesn't cost you any money to do that. And another thing that's really cool about that is if you bring someone a deal, you have the power, so you could say, hey, look, not only do I want to get paid a little bit up front, but hey, I would really like to have some ownership in this deal. And that's what I do with, the deal I did in Florida. Now, that's a great strategy to do if you want to acquire more properties instead of just wholesale and get rid of all of them. Try to stay in the middle, and you can do that. Instead of taking a $50,000 wholesale or assignment fee, maybe just take $25,000 and ask the person, the flipper, or the landlord you're wholesaling to, just say, hey, give me some equity ownership. I want to own more properties, and that's how you can do it. You can negotiate anything that way. And again, you don't need any money to do that. You just need to be able to find the deal. Now, look, if you have some money, now I've been trying to teach you strategies right now of, not trying, I've been teaching you strategies that work. You don't need any money. But if you have some money, Batchleads is one of the softwares that I use where you're able to drive for dollars and mark properties. You're able to send out a text message, cold call, pull lists. It's very, very useful. And I actually have a video that demonstrates how to use it. It breaks it down step by step and why it's useful. And if you're interested in trying it out, I have a link right down below. You can try it absolutely for free for 7 days. And I love using it in my business. It helps speed up the process. Now, look, you don't need the service, but it is absolutely extremely helpful to have so you can get more deals. So check it out. Let's dive right into this video so you can see how you can get your first deal with Batchleads. So Batchleads 3.0, quick highlights I'm going to go over, guys. Nothing crazy. Let's just get into it. Virtual driving for dollars. All right, check this out. So if you have Deal Machine, great. Deal Machine is like $50 a month. I have it, but guys, it just does. And from what I use Deal Machine for, is just for driving for dollars. That's it. Batchleads on top of texting, pulling lists, skip tracing, mailing. It also now does virtual driving for dollars. Another thing is in-app click to dial. If you're tired of, being on Batch or any PropStream or any other platform, and then, having to call the number, dial it in, that takes too much time. I don't want to do that. Batch is an in-dialer. App dialer, so you can literally call a number that you skip trace and it'll start dialing. Smart search, I don't need to really say too much more than it's smart. Okay, smart search. Let's get it going. All right, all new mobile app. Well, let's go. I don't always want to be on my computer. I got my phone on me all the time. When I'm walking around with my wife in the neighborhood, I see a house that looks distressed, got the windows broken, tall grass, people haven't been taking care of it. I'm going to mark it on my app now. Okay, multiple workspaces. If you have a team, then get it going, guys. There's you can have multiple people in your space, team workspaces, lead scoring. I think that's so you can enable you to know what lists have the highest motivation, and lead scoring. This is for sorting the list for the highest motivation. So enhanced cash buyers list. We all need cash buyers, so that's good. The first step you got to do when trying to get an off-market deal is you got to find leads. You got to generate some leads. How do you guys do that? Well, I'm gonna show you through driving for dollars. Okay, so you want to get a deal, you need to get some leads. How are you going to get some leads? You're going to generate them through driving for dollars. Now, I'm in Utah. I'm in a wholesale nationwide. I can do a deal anywhere, but right now for this example, we're going to go to where I live. Okay, so we're going to go to Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to take this little right here, this little guy, and drag it on to the place where I want to start driving for dollars. All right, now I'm in the area. Okay, let's look for some crappy houses together. Right, everybody. So right here, let's see if we got some houses that look like they need some work. That one looks okay. Look at this. They're obviously not taking care of their parking strip, but most people aren't in Utah. I would honestly maybe even mark that. Let's do that. So what you do is you just click on it and I save it, and you're going to save it to a specific list. Okay. And the list I'm going to save it to is going to be the driving for dollars White City. Okay. So now I know what this list is coming from. And then the tag I'm going to use is usually you use the tag as the specific list you're hitting. So this is a driving for dollars list. Okay, so I'm going to save it to this list. So now just within a second, I was able to add one potentially distressed property to my list. Okay, so this is the first step. You identify distressed properties and then you mark it to them with a cold call, a door knock, whatever. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. That was very simple. I hope you guys all got that. In the area, we're driving for dollars virtually. All right, so let's see if there's anything else, any other crappy houses in this neighborhood. Okay. Ooh, snap, guys. I think we found one. Look at this thing. So this would be an example of a property we hit. And look, it's got the ugly door. Windows are old. That doesn't necessarily mean this person wants to sell, but it's a good indicator that this person might want to sell, right? New roof looks kind of new. So what do? Simple. You click it, you save it. What list do you save it to? Obviously, the one that we're talking about, the driving for dollars White City outside of Salt Lake. You're going to go to tag, driving for dollars list. That was a tutorial right there, guys, on how to drive for dollars. So easy. That's like the easiest thing I've done in a while. There you have it, everybody. So that's the first step when you're trying to do your first deal. Now, what's the next step? After you pull the list or make the list or drive for dollars on list, you're going to skip trace it, okay? And you can skip trace it all within Batchleads. Again, if you don't want to use Batchleads to skip trace, do whatever you want. So after you pull the list, you're going to pull a list that only has names and the address, but it has no phone number, no email. So you're going to have to skip trace that. That's what skip tracing does, is it gets you the phone number so you can contact them, so you can email them, you can reach out to them. So
You skip trace the list after making on Driving for Dollars or pulling it, you skip trace it, and then you go into the campaign section, okay? And this is where you got to decide how you're gonna reach out to that person. That's all that this job is. I mean, you pull a list, you skip trace it, and then you decide what's the best way for you to get a hold of that person. Are you gonna go knock the door? Are you gonna go call them? Are you gonna cold call them? Are you gonna put them in a triple line dialer and on batch dialer and just try to get a hold of them as many people as possible? Or are you gonna call one by one on your cell phone? Are you gonna text them? Okay. So let's go over here really quick. So if you're going to text them to campaigns, okay? In campaigns, you have the opportunity to do an SMS or direct mail, okay? So there's the SMS. Super easy. You just get it going, and there's a bunch of tutorials on how to do it. Now you've identified opportunities. You pulled the list. You've skip traced them. Now you're marketing to them. Again, you're trying to get a hold of them any way you can. Knock, text, cold call, mail, doesn't matter. Okay, just get on the phone with the seller. Now, once you get on the phone with the seller, that's where the magic happens. That's when you start talking to them about what they want. You start talking to them about what they need, and you try to negotiate a deal. Then you have them sign the paperwork. You get the house under contract, and you bring it to me, and I can dispo it, or you dispo it yourself. Doesn't matter. And then you get paid. So wholesaling is not complicated. The problem is with wholesaling, or people think with wholesaling, is it just requires massive action. But most things require massive action if you want to get good and get paid. The most simple thing I tell you guys is go get your lists, skip trace them, and just reach out to them any way you can. Okay, get on the phone with the seller, because I'm going to beat you if I make more calls than you or I talk to more people. That's just how it is. I'm going to make, if I make more offers than you, I'm going to get more deals than you.
I hope that video was helpful. And if you like that one, please check out the one above or at the end of this video, because we got a lot more where that came from. And if you find this helpful also, please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to grow this channel and get it in front of more people so we can help more people succeed. See you next time.